La noche se acabó, pero tengo otra vez contigo. Le doy gracias a Dios, siempre pasándolo contigo en la playa, devorarte como el sol de la mañana, viajando todo el día sin drama, solo tú y yo. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot pa' ti, un shot pa' mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot pa' ti, un shot pa' mí, un shot. Siempre lo pasamos bien lindo, lindo. Un verano contigo lindo, lindo. Me fui de vacaciones, baby, me perdí, buscando el sabor que encontré en ti. Canela con dolor de Bacardi, lo sentí, baby, me tiene desenfocado, viendo doble, bien borracho, demasiado jodido contigo. Pasándolo contigo en la playa, devorarte como el sol de la mañana, viajando todo el día sin drama, tú y yo. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot pa' ti, un shot pa' mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot pa' ti, un shot pa' mí, un shot. Un día bonito, bonito, un día bonito, bonito. Pasándolo contigo en la playa, devorarte como el sol de la mañana, viajando todo el día sin drama, solo tú y yo. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot pa' ti, un shot pa' mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot pa' ti, un shot pa' mí, un shot. Un día bonito lleno de alcohol, tomar un shot pa' ti, un shot pa' mí, un shot.
Hi everyone. Hope everyone is doing good today. Happy Sunday. Please put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, please. Just let me know that you can hear me. We'll always do a sound check now before we start. Just in case our technology wants to be ridiculous. All right, I'll just wait for y'all and then we'll... Okay, yeah, I know you can hear me. All right, fantastic. First of all, I want to say sorry about yesterday's podcast. I actually listened to it back and it was so bad. Like, I know you lot are very patient with me, and I could see in the comment section you were like, oh, you know, other people are worse. I'm like, no, like I never want to have like sound quality be so bad. And I felt that it was very, very bad yesterday. I was also very disappointed because I was really looking forward to yesterday's podcast. So we'll recap just quickly on a couple things, and then there'll be some new things as well. But hopefully the issue is sorted. I just think that StreamYard is a very, very heavy software, and perhaps my laptop, the new laptop that I got, it can't handle StreamYard and too many other tabs open. I think that's what the problem was. So like right now I can see that it's, you know, moving a little bit more swiftly. So hopefully we won't have that problem again. All right. So hi to everyone who came in early. Hey, Carol. Hey, Tamika. Hey, Connie. Hey, Church Nelly. Hey, Miss Levy. Hey, Wendy. Hey Lightside, hey Heather. I've seen that some people are now getting their notifications for shipping. So they are shipping your as ever products ASAP. So let's get to it. Let me do a quick recap. And then, oh, sorry, music started for a sec. Quick recap and then we'll get moving. So of course, as ever, sold out within hours. Not surprising. People were doing multiple orders and ordering multiples of the items. There were even some people who were ordering via a forwarding shipping service. So you order to the shipping provider and then they order to you. I think I saw one person who ordered from Australia. Like, the shipping is going to cost hell. Like, you ordered $9 jam that's going to end up costing you like $20. Like, that's how badly people want Meghan's products. So, like I said in my tweet, don't let them fool you into thinking that Meghan is doing scarcity marketing, because this is, I think, one of the accusations that came up. She's doing scarcity marketing where you know, have fewer products and so it looks like everything is selling out more. They completely underestimated the demand the first time, and I think they were completely overwhelmed by the demand the second time. Some of the order numbers that were coming up, and somebody managed to figure out that actually the order numbers corresponded to the number of orders that they're getting, 20,000 plus. This one that you can see on the screen, that was sent to me by Lightside. We had 3 new products: orange blossom honey. Please let me know how that tastes, because I've never had orange blossom honey. Apricot spread, and also Meghan announced that she is going to be making crispy rosé wine on July 1st. Cannot wait for that. I had actually predicted a fragrance product, but hey, wine, next best thing. And she is in a wine region. So perfect product to extend the line. Some people, I think the raspberry wasn't available. You know, it does take time for them to restock. So, and I think she actually did I don't know if she was talking about it in regards to their stock, but Meghan did mention in her interview, you know, when you're dealing with a consumable, you have a crop failure, all these things that you have to think about. It can, you know, push back your production. And I know that they would still want to focus on quality and keep the quality high. Very interested in hearing what you have to say about the apricot spread. As usual, the tabloids coming up with Delulu nonsense. Page 6, a so-called jam expert. Now we've got jam experts. We have body language experts. We have asparagus readers. We've got all types of experts, and now we have a jam expert. They only just started shipping stuff today. You got to have 0 brain cells to think that this random individual got anything from As Ever. I don't know who did this in the shop, but somebody put a polite notice. Customers are reminded that these newspapers are merely the opinions of a small group of billionaires desperate to influence public opinion and are not 100% factually reflecting reality. Please cross-reference everything you read. Thank you. I think that should be on the news, every single newsstand everywhere. Like that, it should be a law that has to be put next to every newspaper stand, just to remind people. Actually, it should be a law that there's the same way we have like a disclaimer on cigarettes. Actually, I think Meghan said this. Let me give credit where credit is due. She actually said that the same way, like, you know, you have like a disclaimer on, say, a packet of cigarettes. There should be one on the tabloids, because it's literally toxic. I mean, jam expert? Are you for real? I mean, I'm sure there are some actual jam experts out there or fruit experts out there. But this one, she looked like she got her jam certificate from Groupon. Crikey. Can we also just take a moment to appreciate the aesthetics of As Ever? Top tier branding. Top tier. The aesthetics, the coloring, the photographer that Meghan's working with, she worked with him before. She was a royal as well. Yes, Tamiko, experts. Oh my God. It's like, I'm laughing to try and make light of something that is just not funny, because something like that, it's ridiculous, but it's still a lie. And it's just like, why lie? Why lie? Meghan did say thank you on the As Ever Insta. From our hearts to your homes, thank you for being there. You're the sweetest part of what we do. And a spokesperson from As Ever said, while we did significantly scale up quantities, the demand has consistently outpaced our projections. A spokesperson said, this is both exciting and challenging, and we're continuing to work with our partners to find the right balance between maintaining our quality standards and meeting the desire for As Ever products. Totally understandable. But they will have to scale and scale quickly, because if this is the level of demand that they're having just for the US market, what more when they go international? What more when they do corporate gifting? What more when they do wholesale? Everybody's going to want to sell this who owns a food shop where the aesthetic can fit the brand, because I'm sure they're not just going to be allowing anyone to sell it. And Clever Blends, which Meghan is an investor in, they already have wide wholesale distribution to Whole Foods, over 500 outlets. Amazing. Okay, that's just a catch up on As Ever. And don't let anybody tell you, oh, Meghan can't do this, Meghan can't do that. Here are 3 alcohol brands from the Royal Collection Trust shops. I really do wonder who's buying any of these. All right, let's jump to your comments and then we will get on to the next thing. FYI, the swing that Meghan's on is the swing that was at Frogmore Cottage, I believe. Heather, yes, a subscription service, of course, because then it would come monthly. Helen, I think the jam expert is going to be trolled to high heaven. She's trolling herself. Hi, Cynthia. Lovely to have you in alive. Church Nelly, you want several cases of the rosé. I'm sure you do. That can't be the only wine that she'll do. Give us a rosé, give us a sparkly prosecco, give us a deep red. Give us everything. Give us. I mean, I don't drink gin and whiskey. Or is gin and whiskey, is that very As Ever-ish, or are we sticking to the wines, do you think, and the champagnes? I feel like the wine and champagne is a little bit more As Ever. Okay. Next thing. What are we going to move on to? Oh, yeah. Let's move on to this. Now you see it, now you don't, from Emily Andrews. One of the Rota Rats. This was the Rota Rat that was up at 2 a.m. tweeting about Meghan once. Oh, sorry, no, Rebecca English. Or wait, no, am I mixing them up? I think I'm mixing them up. There was one who was up at 2 a.m. tweeting about Meghan. Anyway, this is Rebecca English, who is a Rota Rat. She wrote this article that had Harry and Meghan's 80 billion mega deal. I don't know where she got 80 billion from. Either she wrote that for clickbait, got enough clickbait, and then she deleted it and then posted it again, or someone from the palace rang. Because where did you get 80 billion from? And even if that was even a little bit true, and it's not, how would getting 80 billion be a flop, even if nothing that you did worked? You would still have the 80 billion. Ridiculous. I don't know really what's going on with some of these Rota Rats. You've got some who continue to double down, knowing that the royal ship is sinking. And then you've got others like Chris Ship, who is now trying to. I mean, Chris Ship was never really in the same line as the Camilla Tominees. He was never that, outwardly horrid with his vitriol. But he was one of these he was one of these ones that was always very passive aggressive. And I've noticed recently he's trying to play the fence a little bit more, trying to seem a little bit more palatable. And I think there are some of them like Chris Ship who are trying to do that to now gain access. But I hope that they don't get access. Kevin Sims just said Meghan took the kitchen sink when they left the UK. I mean, she took what matters, and obviously that swing mattered. It's great that they have little pieces. Lottie, I wonder what the price of the wine would be. Yes. I mean, I guess probably very much in line with the rest of the other As Ever products, right? Exactly. Even Netflix can't be worth that amount. It just shows you how desperate for bread these people are. Anyway, this $80 billion went off on a bit of a tangent there. This was in relation to a so-called documentary that Charles is doing with Idris Elba on Netflix. I find it hilarious that they would not even give this to one of the major broadcasters in the UK, BBC, Channel 4, ITV. It's a choice. They want a wider reach because they're struggling to get people to hang on to the fairy tale idea of monarchy. Apparently, Idris got his acting start thanks to a grant from the Prince's Trust. I didn't know that. So, they want to do a documentary, fine. But why on Netflix, the platform that you said was beneath you if you're a royal? It's not befitting of a royal. And you also said that we don't like actresses and actors. So here you are with the Idris Elba. I guess they have to try. It's just annoying that it's one rule for our faves, another rule for them. They say that they don't want our faves doing something, that it's trashy when they do it. But when it's them, here we are. All right, let's go to your comments. Yes, they want to compete with the Sussexes. That's exactly what it is. Cassie Banks, Netflix UK, so it's not really a Netflix US project, which speaks volumes. Yeah. It's interesting that Netflix would choose not to distribute it in the US. I mean, wouldn't you just put it on the US platform anyway, just to see if anyone does watch it? Because there are royal-related documentaries on the US platform. Maybe they don't want the humiliation of not even making the top 10. Heather, Idris had the Netflix deal before Charles came into it. I think what they're saying is he got his start when he was starting out in acting through the Prince's Trust. Prince's Trust do actually do some incredible things. It's just that it's the people who work day in, day out for the Prince's Trust that make the impact. Charles's name is just on it, and he shows up and he shakes people's hands and he sees the work that they're doing. It's not that he's there doing the work, it's just his name on it. But to give credit to the Prince's Trust, it does do good work. Okay, next thing I wanted to touch on, Camilla. Camilla wants you to bow to you, y'all. Also, William looks more and more like Mr. Burns every single day. So this was a letter that went out. Imagine being invited to a women's prize. This was for the Women's Prize Trust, or even winning one, and not being allowed to have a normal, natural conversation with Camilla, who didn't even finish high school and never worked a day in her life, plus being instructed to bow or curtsy to her. Indeed, imagine having to bow at a women's prize to someone who is clearly not a girl's girl. I think it's insulting that the organizers even invited her. Is anybody paying attention to this because Camilla went? No. Would I be paying attention to it if a prominent UK women's activist or feminist showed up? I probably would be, more likely. I'm only paying attention to it now, not because of the actual women's prize, but because of the ridiculous demands from Camilla. So this was the royal protocol that was given. So you have to bow to this woman because she's a royal, even though you, by almost every standard, a woman winning the women's prize is 100 times more of a woman than Camilla ever will be. Clearly, the women getting these awards have worked for what they're being given. Camilla worked all right. Her knees are tarnished, but she worked in a different way. So it says, "Thank you for joining us for our private reception marking 30 years of the Women's Prize for Fiction. Her Majesty the Queen will arrive shortly." I cannot believe that we actually got to a point where they convinced the media and organizations to call her Her Majesty the Queen, not Queen Consort. Please read the protocol below in advance. After you've been checked into the green room, you will be arranged into groups and given your lanyard to wear, which is compulsory. Please remain in your groups as the VIP makes her way to the tent. You will be introduced to her in turn. If I won this prize, a prize for fiction, a prize for my work, hours of my life and dedication and passion, I would refuse to meet her. Excuse me. Follow her lead. Allow the Queen to begin, steer, and end the conversation. On presentation to the Queen, the conventional formal address, Your Majesty, and subsequently, Ma'am, pronounced to rhyme with jam. Jesus Christ, these people. Men are expected to bow from the neck. Women can either bow or curtsy. If you curtsy, it's just a short bob and bow of the head. Oh yeah, don't embarrass yourself the way that Sophie and Anne do. They do the full on to the floor type of bow. All the way to the floor. Like flow riders playing in the background to the floor. Those who do not wish to bow or curtsy do not have to. Technically, only those who have the king as their head of state need to bow or curtsy. Citizens of other countries may bow or curtsy if they wish, but are not required to do so. So you're saying those who do not wish to bow or curtsy do not have to, but you wrote a whole protocol in this here 2025. Incredible. And at the Women's Prize Trust, the fact that they don't see how tone deaf and brain dead this is. You know what? In certain social settings, you know, I may shake someone's hand. Sometimes I will actually like bow. It depends on the situation as a form of respect, especially if I'm around elders. But that's a choice that I'm making out of respect and not because I'm expected to, or because they expect me to, or because they feel that they're above me. I'm giving that respect as a sign of respect. No one's forced me to do that. There's no protocol. There's no, oh, I'm doing this because you're above me. No, it's just me giving you a sense of respect. I found this so hilarious when I saw this. Heather, some of the instructions may be about security, but I would skip this if invited. Do you know what? Some of it may be about security, but it's the wording. You know, it's the way they've worded it. I find that quite problematic. Jules, William looks like Ebenezer Scrooge. I mean, he does not look happy at all. Certainly, you said, what happened to thou shalt have no their gods before me, bowing to a damn horse? Well, the royals believe that they're anointed by God. So they believe that. Camilla lost her mind. I think this is something that the women's well, actually, I was going to say maybe that the women's prize thought of themselves, but I can imagine they were probably briefed by the palace a bit. Yes, actually, allowing a horse indoors, madness. So we've got this. We've also got more propaganda from Channel 5. Channel 5 seem to churn out a new royal documentary every single week. I don't know how they do it. Quite phenomenal. Passion, Honor, Duty. If anybody else would like to watch this and talk to themselves and then tell me what it was about, I would be grateful, but I'm not watching this. Oh, wait, no, it was yesterday. I never watched it. Did anybody else watch it? What were they telling us about William's passion, honor, duty? Do you know why I think they had to make a documentary like this? Because a lot of people, even those who say they like and follow the royals, don't really know what they do. So that's why they're having to make documentaries like this. Because I believe, what's that in his hand? Is he not standing on the stage? Is that regarding the Earthshot Prize? Also, Camilla and Charles went to Ascot. They honored Ascot with their presence. And this was put down as a work engagement. Being at the races with them big old hats was a working engagement. Graham Smith, who's the leader of the Not My King folk, said they are shameless. Charles and Camilla have put enjoying the races down as an official engagement, saying they honoured Ascot races with their presence. That's it. That's their work. Indeed, that's their work. Like I was saying in my other podcasts, because I've been following the royals now for the last 4 years, I've noticed how it's just a constant cycle of the same things that they do every year for the most part. And you're like, oh, we're back at Ascot. Oh, we're back at Trooping. Oh, we're back at the Garter of the thingy. Oh, we're back at Wimbledon. Oh, here's Kate. And do you know what? If I was palace staff, if there was any palace staff that's listening to me right now, Kate should stay at home for Wimbledon and don't even announce that she's not coming. Because if she shows up to Wimbledon looking all sparkly and fresh after saying that she was using her recovery as an excuse, after she showed up at Trooping, after she went on 2 vacations, one of which skiing, that is not going to look good on her. I would just tell her to stay at home for Wimbledon, because then it's going to look really, really fishy. Kevon Sims, Graham Smith, please talking them folks. Well, they literally said that the Not My King folk would be at every major royal event until the monarchy is abolished. That is essentially what they plan on doing. Rated B for boring. Why would I torture myself? I heard there was a fight at Ascot. Well, they're always drinking, so it wouldn't surprise me. Denisha said, I hope our Duchess Meghan is selling the wine for $150. You will buy it. I think I'm gonna guess and say it's probably around the $40-50 mark. If it's going to be just a little bit more expensive, I would say the $40-50 mark. I don't think it'll be $150. No. But I'm sure people would buy it if it was $150. Let me just also say that. There was something else that I wanted to mention. Sorry, folks. Let me just get through my slides. Yeah, Kate has actually been very, very quiet since she pulled out of Ascot. Let me just check. When is Wimbledon men's final? Let's look for this. It will. Okay, so Sunday the 13th of July. So we're not too far away. Just watch how she has a miraculous recovery. Miraculous recovery, well, she's got 1, 2, 3 weeks to recover from whatever it is, she pulled out of. Let's also see if she does any work within those 3 weeks, or she uses this that she pulled out of as an excuse as to why she wasn't there. Cassie, you said, was Rose at Ascot. Well, I didn't even want to bring Rose up, but it is something that I thought about. To be honest, I haven't checked. I haven't checked if Rose was there. I don't think that Rose is in the picture anymore, I think that Rose was just whatever went down that time in 2016 when Dan Wooten started flapping, his gum, and then was shut down by the palace, and then turned on Harry and Meghan and became a Kensington Palace mouthpiece. Whatever was going on during that time, I think it just got shut down after that. I think that Rose probably looked at everything. She saw all the rumors that were flying around, what people were saying, and the allegations. And she probably went, you know what? I want none of this. Thank you so much, Kat Harlan, for being a member for 35 months. You are not late at all. Replay Squad is always on time. We don't rush here. We don't dictate when you arrive. Whether you're here for a live or here for the replay, we appreciate you. Okay, let me just check myself. Oh, Travelist, by the way, is coming to London. Travelist, this is Prince Harry's environmental initiative. London Climate Action Week will see the second in our global series of executive summits. Next week, we bring industry stakeholders together in London to discuss the suitable future of travel and tourism with a focus on the role of data in driving climate action. This conveying is the second in a crucial 3-part strategic series taking place in Shanghai, London, and New York this year. So I'm assuming that the one that Harry went to before in Shanghai, China, that was the Shanghai one, and then we've got the London one and the New York one. I would say there's probably a strong chance he will be in the New York one. No clue if he will be at the London one. If he is, I am probably guessing it will be via video link. But we'll see. Harry's a ninja. He could surprise us. Kevin Sims, I see your comment. I won't put it on the screen for the lawyers listening. But interesting comment. And thank you for the super chat. I think therapy is what they need. Or, you know what? I don't think therapy would help. A whole exorcism to remove whatever demons they have. Thank you so much for both of your donations, Kevin. And everyone who donates on Buy Me a Coffee, PayPal, appreciate you all. It is all very much appreciated. What's this you're saying? Rebecca, you said, I think they will give the Invictus Games to Korea, considering what's going on in the Middle East. Well, there's other countries that are none. There's no countries who have put forward a bid from the Middle East. So, I would highly doubt it would be in Ukraine, even though Ukraine have still gone ahead and are bidding for it. And then there's Denmark, Italy, United States. Was there anyone? else? Yeah, and then Korea. Oh, and Nigeria, of course. Of course, it's Nigeria. So, yeah, they've got other options. And actually, perhaps could one of those other options just step in for Birmingham? Oh my gosh. Some good news, by the way. Okay, on to the next story. Let me not get sidetracked. Some good news. There is a website, a rather infamous website, mostly, well, it was kind of founded in the UK or Ireland, I think. And it's been wreaking havoc in people's lives for years. I've heard about this site on and off. It's called tattle.life and it's a hate site. And they are basically finally being taken down. They found out who is behind the site. It's actually a man and another woman. Sebastian Bond, that's his name. I believe his face is also out there. One of the ways that they were profiting, obviously, as many of these high traffic hate sites do, is from Google Ads. So Google Ads have suspended their service of advertising on tattle.life. This website also featured a lot of hate towards Harry and Meghan, but it went after normal people as well. It ruined lives, ruined businesses. This was not just, oh, I don't like you. I don't like this influencer. They went after a lot of influencers. I don't like what she posts online. It wasn't even that, just that at all. It was stalking, it was harassment, it was ruining people's businesses, really ruining people's lives, making people out to be things that they're not, creating all these weird conspiracy theories. And so finally, some justice is coming to this website. I do wonder if this may set a new path going forward regarding how some of these sites are handled. It's not that Google and some of these platforms don't take action. In some instances they do, but it often comes too late. It's sometimes very difficult to find who's behind the website. Also, it's taken years for people to find out, but nothing is ever anonymous. Quite frankly, if you can't be identifiable, if it's so bad that you can't be identifiable, well, then don't say it in the first place. But I would keep an eye on this because it could end up setting a precedent for something else, that a site like this can be taken down. And if a site like this can be taken down, and this is just some hater fan site, or maybe I should say hater troll site, why not big tabloids? Why can't Google suspend their ads and revenue sharing on some of those big tabloids? So great to see this hater site that also featured Harry and Meghan losing money. And we'll see what precedent this could possibly set. All right. One more thing I wanted to mention. Princess Amelia, she posed with the Dutch Army regiment. They have named a regiment after her. She is the future queen. She's also, by the way, sitting there with a busted up arm and hand. And like I said in my tweet, I will never praise a royal for existing because that's all they do. But I do like the fact that she is not cosplaying in uniform. She doesn't feel the need to wear 100 medals that she never earned. Like, this is if royals are going to exist, they should also show a sense of respect to other people around them. All right. Gonna end things there. Thank you so much, folks. Over 700 of you in the chat. Please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I really do hope that the sound was a lot better in this podcast and we are back to, things just sounding how they should and do normally. I think I've figured out, how to not have things be so buggy. So definitely, if you're watching on replay, and I will listen to this podcast again, but do leave your comments in the comment section and let me know how you find the sound in general. Or CL, you said no way Harry's going to show up in Birmingham. Do you think? I think he may show up for the opening and then literally come to the opening or the closing or both and then dash it from the airport to the place and back. Like no stopping. All right. We'll end with Elaine's words. Bye, everyone, wherever in the world that you are. I won't play the outro, but appreciate you all. And I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Ciao.